Hi, thanks so much for joining us. My name is Rebecca Myrie and I'm the Community Engagement Manager for Milton Keynes College. What that means is that I work with organisations and individuals outside of the college, so things like schools. Obviously parents are a really good and important group for us to engage with, and also any kind of groups and charities and things in Milton Keynes. So the aim of that work is to support the local community and especially young people. I'm really pleased today to be joined by my colleague Russell George, and I'll let you introduce yourself, Russell.
Hi everyone, I'm Russell. I'm one of the career team at the college. So we work with all the students at the college, looking at helping them with their next steps after they finish their college courses. Where can they find opportunities? How can they best prepare themselves and apply for those? And we also work with potential students and just members of the community that need help and support with finding learning or training or jobs.
That's brilliant, Russell. If anybody is watching this and they do want to get in touch with the careers team, what's the best way of doing that?
So you'd be able to find our pages on the Milton Keynes College website, which has got all of our phone numbers and our email address on it. Email's usually the easiest. We're careersteam@mkcollege.ac.uk.
Nice one, thank you very much. So really the point of this chat is to give a kind of quick overview of all the options that are open to young people after their GCSEs, as we said. For those of us who've got teenage children, we know that there's loads of different and new opportunities that are open to our sons and daughters, but we're not really sure what those are. So having a chat with an expert, and that's you, Russell, will really help us to feel confident that we know a bit more about the options and that we can get our young people off on the right path for them. So really obvious kind of starter question is, we know that young people, they have to stay in some kind of education or training until they're 18. But then what are those different options after GCSEs?
So yes, that's right. So generally the rules are that young people have to stay in that kind of place where they can get some education, be it a sixth form, a school sixth form, or a further education college, or can go into work as long as that work has got training, which is usually an apprenticeship type setup. Yeah. And so those are kind of the broad options that young people have in front of them. Some young people, small numbers, do go into work, but they still have to do training alongside it. That might not be called an apprenticeship, but as long as they're doing a substantial qualification and a substantial amount of training which their employer has signed off on, that can still count towards that. But that's only a small amount of young people that go into that every year. Okay. The vast majority go into the other routes. Okay, cool. So
obviously it's been a very crazy year and all the rest of it, we all know that. Why might, sixth form was one of the options you mentioned there, why might a young person think, right, yeah, sixth form's the right route for me?
Yeah, if you're going to a secondary school and that secondary school has got a sixth form, it can be something which offers a lot of stability to young people. They know the school, they know the rules, they know the setup, they know the subjects. Sometimes it might even be the same teachers they have in their GCSEs that they have for their A-levels or BTECs courses which they're doing at that secondary school. So it can be really appealing to young people that want that stability and continuality in their education.
That's fab. Obviously, we're Milton Keynes College, so then what would you say to young people about why Milton Keynes College would be a good option after GCSEs?
College and Milton Keynes College can be a really fantastic option because it offers that specific vocational and training options and courses for young people. So if you're a young person that's thinking not that A-levels or staying on at secondary school isn't appealing to you because you want to try something new, you feel you've outgrown school and the rules which maybe you've been following for 5 years, and you don't just want to carry on doing the same thing, Milton Keynes College can be a great option for you to then specialise in an area, get training, get work experience, which will really give you a bit of a boost to employment and getting on it in a career in a specific area.
Fab. Obviously, I'm going to put my parent hat on now. If my young person says to me that they really want to go into whatever career that is at 16 years, I might be thinking, oh, I don't know, like, are you right to specialise at this young age? What would you say, you know, to like make parents feel, or young people, like this is the right option. You're not going to like close doors.
Yeah, it can be a difficult decision for parents and young people as well. And one of the other appealing things about staying on at sixth form is you get that maybe choice of 3 or 4 subjects depending on what your school sixth form can offer you.
Yeah.
Feel like you're hedging your bets a little bit and keeping a few more options open. And if that's right for you, then that's right for you. But if you're a young person or the parent helping your son and daughter with that advice, and they feel that they found an interest, they have found a subject which really floats their boat and sparks a passion in them, then college can be a great opportunity to then just come on and focus on that and do a really high level qualification with some work experience, which employers say it can be a real benefit to them when they're then looking to take people on into their businesses, either in full-time employment or in apprenticeships, depending on how they're taking their people into their businesses. It keeps the option open for university. Level 3 courses will still keep the doors open to university, which can be something that young people still want to do. They don't just want to take a decision at 16 which closes that door for them. Yeah. So it can be difficult. It can be something where you're feeling maybe I'm putting my eggs all in one basket. So take the time to do your research, take the time to go to open days, talk to your teachers, talk to your school careers advisor, come and talk to us at the college, and take all of that information and think about where your strengths, weaknesses and interests and passion lies. What have you done in the past which has really excited you? What have you done where you found something which made you feel really confident and you felt challenged, but you felt interested and you felt a sense of satisfaction after you did it? And that may be a specific subject at school. It may be being part of like a school play or doing some volunteering or a specific bit of work experience. And if you can find some options to give you more of that, that's where that might be then the best route for you over the next 2 or 3 years.
Excellent. And obviously, as part of your college course, you're going to be focusing on that professional specialism and using all our facilities and stuff to support that professional specialism. But also, you will like develop those transferable skills as well, won't you?
Yeah, it's certainly true that still, you know, it's fair to say a lot of adults and parents kind of think of careers in like a train track sort of way, that you do a qualification A and it leads to job B, which leads to... And of course, we all know in reality, life doesn't actually really work like that. People will zig around from different careers and different sort of job areas. And it's true of college students, 16 to 18-year-olds, do a specific course with us and just do that one course at college. Yes, a significant percentage of those will go off into training or apprenticeships or jobs in that area, but then quite a chunk of those young people will go off and find work and take their transferable skills into a different area of work or a different apprenticeship. And that's something that as a careers team we help a lot of young people do, identifying what those transferable skills are and the experiences they've had, which can then match with different types of jobs and careers, because as you grow up, your interests change. But it definitely happens, and it doesn't mean just because you're picking this one course, it closes lots of doors to you. Of course, it will close some doors. That's just natural. If you come and study a business course at college, you're not going to be a vet maybe later on in life.
Yeah.
It's a problem for a lot of young people. So don't worry about it. If you're happy to shut that door, you've thought about it, then shut that door. You're not going to be a vet, that's fine for you. But going and doing a business course doesn't mean then that you're not going to then go one day and become a paramedic. There's still ways to go and do that if you wanted to do that. There's lots of transferable skills you can take from our courses, even though they're individual subjects, which will take you all in lots of different areas.
That's really good, and that's really actually reassuring as well. So you mentioned a word there, which I think a lot of people are thinking about, apprenticeships. So can you just give us a really quick overview of what apprenticeships are? And also, I think it's probably helpful, like who might they be right for? What kind of young person, or who's going to, that's going to tick the right box for them?
Yeah, absolutely. Apprenticeships are a really exciting and fantastic route for a whole range of people, but definitely for young people, and lots more of young people are definitely getting more interested in them these days. Parents, I think you can help us, everyone, by getting excited about them as true, because I think some parents are still a little bit wary of apprenticeships, about them in ways that they were apprenticeships back in their day when they were at school. And apprenticeships these days, sure, there's apprenticeships in those traditional construction trades or hairdressing or other routes where they were like the apprenticeships you remembered from when you were young. But these days, there's so many more apprenticeships in lots of different and new and exciting career areas, at lots of different levels, right up the qualification levels. So they're a fantastic option for people to get experience in the workplace and to get qualifications. Always remember though, an apprenticeship is at the end of the day a job.
Yeah.
It's that an employer is advertising to fill a vacancy in their business. So they're looking for people that, yes, they know they're going to be trained. They're taking on a responsibility of giving them 20% off of training, time away from their work to go and get that qualification. But 50% of that person's time, they're going to be at work.
Yeah.
So business wants people, the employer is going to want people who are quite work ready. They know they're going to build a little bit of skills on them, but they still want them to be ready for their business and their world of work. So if you're a young person who's done a fair amount of work experience, if you're a young person that feels comfortable in new environments, talking to new people, is quite outgoing, then internships are a fantastic route and something you should definitely be up for putting yourself forward for and definitely be looking at researching. If you're just kind of saying there's something where I quite like the idea of them, but I don't have much work experience or I don't have much idea about what would be involved, maybe take a little bit more time by doing a college course where you can build up your work experience, build up your interest in a specific area, and then you're going to be much more likely to make that great impression with the employer and actually go through a recruitment process and get an apprenticeship that's right for you. So take a look at them, but be prepared that they are a job and you will have to apply to an employer to get one. Can involve a bit of rejection, which can be tough for a young person. Parents.
Tough for anybody, Yeah,
tough for anybody, sure. So just be aware of what's involved in the reality of apprenticeships and look at them at the right time for you.
That's great. So if a young person's thinking, I want to do an apprenticeships, because we know there's some amazing opportunities, as you said, out there, but they think, well, I'm not going to be ready just straight from doing my GCSEs to go into an apprenticeship. That is a route that they could come to college. Obviously, as part of their college course, they're going to get work experience anyway, and then look at an apprenticeship after they've done that.
Exactly, yes. Coming into college and doing a vocational or technical course, like Rebecca said, you're going to get the work experience options.
Yeah.
You're also going to get lots of other things where employers are coming in to talk to you. You're going to find out about different apprenticeships that you didn't even know were associated with your course.
Yeah.
That will broaden your options and broaden your choice. You're going to get employers coming in and setting actual tasks for you to do with your course that you will then do work on an assignment, maybe on your own, maybe in a team. Hand that in, get that grade as part of your course, but the actual task and assignment you've been set has been set by an employer. So you can use that then on a CV and on a future apprenticeship application as actual kind of work experience.
Brilliant. That's really great advice, isn't it? So yeah, it's not something that you need to think about straight away after GCSEs. You can get yourself ready to have your best shot at succeeding in an apprenticeship with a bit more time and experience. Cool. So another thing that's really like a massive change in the education system is T-levels. These are a new qualification, and I think loads of people haven't still heard about them yet. So do you mind giving us an overview of that and how the college are offering those?
Yeah, so T-levels, like Rex said, they're a new qualification. They're slowly coming in across the country in different subject areas. And they're a level 3 qualification. So they're at the same level as A-levels, and the same level 3 qualification which colleges would have done for many years. This means UCAS points, so they open up and keep the doors open to university, but then they also open doors into work at the end of it. They're big, challenging qualifications. They go be qualifications at level 3, which you're going to need some good GCSEs to get into. There are going to be qualifications which will challenge you academically. You're going to need to do exams as part of the assessment you do. It's not just all assignment and project work. There will be some of that, but there will be exams as well. And there will be a substantial bit of work experience and industry placement as part of that. As we said when we were talking about apprenticeships, 80% is at work and 20% is training. T-level we've been talked about in the flip of that, in that 20% of your time is out on work experience and 80% is at college. So it's giving people space to build up those technical skills, get work experience, and then when you've completed that big qualification and all of the different sections of it, then taking that to then go and maybe get an apprenticeship or maybe go straight to full-time work. Or like I said, it keeps those university options open as well. So they're new, they're exciting, and they're really getting a big push from not just the government, which is saying we want to do them. The employers need to be really excited about how they're preparing young people for employment in their areas as well.
Amazing. So if a young person's thinking, oh yeah, I like the sound of that, what T-levels could they do with the college?
So there's coming up in September 2021, there's going to be T-levels in construction that will get you maybe looking at being a quantity surveyor or working in this kind of like more planning type roles in construction.
Yeah.
Going to be T-levels in care and also T-levels in business and digital. So
cool.
Really strong routes into employment in those areas.
That's amazing. That's really exciting. That's great. So yeah, there's more information again about all those on our website. You mentioned uni, and I know you were talking about like UCAS points with T-levels. Is uni an option for all of those routes, sixth form, college, apprenticeships, T-levels?
Yes, that's absolutely. As a level 3 qualification will give you UCAS points. You can search on the UCAS website to find out what points you're going to get from your different level 3 qualifications, if they're a T-level or a BTEC or an A-level or one of the apprentice qualifications. And then it's down to you to look through those individual university courses, take a look at what they're asking for in their entry requirements and see if you match the entry requirements.
Yeah, sure.
All of those routes keep university open for you if you want to study either straight away and you finish the qualification when you're 18 or 19, or even if you want to then go and do something else, take a break, come back to university when you're older.
Yeah.
It'll keep that door open for you further on in life.
Yeah, that's really important to know, isn't it? So obviously a lot of people are going to be thinking that is uni still worth it? You know, you've said yourself that you could do an apprenticeship up to degree level. So why would somebody consider, you know, is that a better route, a degree level apprenticeship rather than going straight to uni? What's your thoughts?
It's something which, you know, people talk about as university versus apprenticeships as a kind of debate, and try to think about it in what's right for you as a learner.
Sure.
Try to think about it in what's right for you in the subject or the area that you're interested in, because it can be different subject by subject or career area by career area. Some of different areas have great routes for apprenticeships, which are starting to grow and starting to be a real core pathway for people coming through. Others are still quite new. People are about maybe nursing apprenticeships or teaching apprenticeships.
Yeah.
We sit here in March 2021, those are still kind of beginning to blossom, if you like. The numbers are slowly beginning to grow and employers are slowly starting to use them across the country. And as we said when we were talking about apprenticeships, every apprenticeship still needs an employer to want to hire someone.
Yeah.
It's not always the case that those apprenticeships are spread all over the country. You may be very interested in those sort of routes, but I can't always guarantee a promise that an apprenticeship at a university or a degree level is actually available for you in your area. They're definitely something which you may have to move to take advantage of. Lots of universities offer degree apprenticeships, and find lots of information about them on their websites. A lot of the local universities in the area offer degree apprenticeships as well. So try and think about, again, what's going to be the best way of you getting that qualification.
Sure.
Ultimately, it's going to be the same qualification. If you do an apprenticeship, degree level apprenticeship, it's still a degree you're getting. You're just getting it in a different way. It might be a little bit longer because you're fitting it around a full-time job.
Of course, yeah.
It might be that the benefits of that outweigh the negative of taking longer because you're getting paid while you're doing it.
Yeah.
The employer is paying your tuition fees.
Yeah.
You're getting all of that time of work experience on your CV as well. So the positives of doing an apprenticeship at that level are really big and really appealing to some people. But it's also the case when we're talking to people about degree apprenticeships, it's certainly true that a lot of people who do degree apprenticeships these days are people who are already working for an organisation or already working for an employer, and that employer talks to them, understands they want to improve their qualifications, the employer wants them to upskill because it will help the business, and then it becomes a conversation between an employee already working there and an employer who wants to train them to put them on a degree apprenticeship. Some apprenticeships are there for you to apply for, just like a normal apprenticeship or an apprenticeship at a lower level or a normal job. But many degree apprenticeships work on a basis of you're already working for an organisation. Especially true like the NHS, for example. A lot of people who do NHS degree apprenticeships in nursing or paramedic sciences are already working for the NHS in other roles, such as healthcare support, or maybe they're being a driver, emergency response unit, and they want to upskill, the employer wants to upskill them, and they then put them through a degree apprenticeship. So don't try and think of that level of apprenticeship as something where you can just go into it after doing a T-level, or after doing a free course, or after doing your A-levels. It's something you can, after doing those, go out into the world of work, do a job for a few years, and then do. They're like a training opportunity.
Brilliant. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's easier, to, I suppose, like you said, think that you've done a level 3 qualification. So the next step for you is to get either a degree at uni, apprenticeship, and as you said, because they're linked to a job, then that's maybe a bit more tricky. But
some of them are. Don't for parents out there, use the Find an Apprenticeship website. Yeah. Look at the apprenticeships that are available locally. Have a look at the higher level apprenticeships, the level 4, the level 5, the level 6 apprenticeships, which is the full degree apprenticeships. Some of the big companies that they are advertised for new people to start, but at the moment many are taken or started by people already working for a company or an organisation. So after doing a level 3, go and get a job in the area that you want to work in. Doesn't mean you're not going to do it. It can be something that you build up your experience, build up your relationship with an employer, and then really put you through it.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much. Thanks to Russell. Thanks to those of you who've watched this. Hopefully it has helped not just parents, but any young people that want to find out about all their different options. Obviously, as Russell said, and as I've said, there's loads more information on our website. So please have a look on our website. You'll also you're attending our open event today. That's probably where you're seeing this for the first time. But yeah, have a look, because we've got loads of information, advice and guidance on our website that will help you make the right choice for you. Thanks very much, and yeah, see you soon.